Okay, so please excuse my disgusting hair and my broken out face, but my name is Lisa. This is my first video on this channel that I don't even have like an avatar picture for or whatever. But basically, I really just wanted to record this video to talk about Taylor Nicole Dean. And I know she's been talked about, but my reasoning for talking about her is because I was actually somebody who was writing comments and saying things to her like she needs to get rid of, her animals, not all of them, but like she needs to, cut back on the amount of animals she has. And after like seeing her latest video and her explaining everything, I just kind of realized like how messed up everything is, and it just really bothered me. Like the fact that everybody is, that tons of people are calling like the what do they call it, animal control or whatever on her like every day, and having them come out every day is so horrible. Like I don't even know what to say about it other than I'm like massively disappointed in the people who are in this hobby, who love reptiles and who are in this community, that you would do something like that to someone. Like, it's one thing if she was blatantly like murdering animals or something, but she's not. She's a human being. She's made mistakes, and I guarantee you, if I went to any one of your houses to see how you take care of your animals, it's probably not going to be perfect either. So it's really irritating to me that anybody would do that to anyone. Nobody's care is perfect. We don't know how to perfectly care for reptiles. We don't know how to perfectly care for any animal. Like, we don't even know how to perfectly care for a human child. Like, it's a learning experience, and we have new science coming out all the time to help us, move forward and figure out the best ways to take care of things. But like, to hear other YouTubers like say that they don't want to be part of the hobby anymore because it's become such a toxic place just makes me really sad, because although I'm not somebody who is on YouTube and I don't like make YouTube videos and stuff like that, I've been keeping for almost 15 years. And it's important to me that, the younger generation becomes, follows in not in my footsteps personally, but in the footsteps of the people before them with, the love that we have for these animals. And if we're turning this into a toxic environment, that's not going to happen. If we turn this into a toxic environment, we're not going to learn. We're not going to get better at what we love. And it's just really going to go nowhere. So it's sad to me that it's happening, and that people who, take the time to have these channels to, bring awareness, whether it's, and bring advice, whether it's right or wrong, like it's still taking time out of their day to give you what they think is good advice, and you should always be seeking second opinions anyway. So there's really no point in tearing people down. And it's sad to see that people don't want to be part of this community anymore, and they don't want to upload their videos anymore and share their experiences anymore, when that's really the only way we're going to learn is through each other's experiences, and obviously through science and all of that. And it's just, I don't know, it's been bumming me out. And as someone who is so in love with reptiles and has always been that way, it's really upsetting. It's upsetting. And I hope that we can learn from this, and that we'll stop with the bullying, with all the crap that's really pointless and unhelpful. And I hope that we can move on from this whole Taylor situation. Let her live her life. She's not imminently endangering anything. Like, if you actually take a second to really look at the facts and things like that, yes, she did have a malfunction with her heating pads that ended up killing some of her animals. That could have happened to anybody. I mean, that could have happened to me, could have happened to you, but it didn't. It happened to somebody who has a big, social platform. Excuse my dog, she's going crazy. Who has a big social platform and has like 1 million followers or a lot of followers. And so people decide that they're going to use that person as target practice, and it's not right. It's not right. And I really hope that everybody will stop and let things be and just enjoy the content that people put out. And if you don't agree with it, that's okay, and you can state that you don't agree with it, but like there's a right way and a wrong way to do that. And calling animal control every single day and having them come out to someone's house whose house they don't need to be at, when they could be dealing with some really severe animal abuse cases, is just disgusting. So you really need to sit back and think about what you're doing before you do that, because it's totally unnecessary, and it's just, I really don't know what else to say about that other than, use your common sense and your actual, judgment, because that's just wrong. But anyways, I hope you, enjoyed this video. I just put it out because, I feel like we can all agree that we love reptiles. We can all agree that we love animals. We can all agree on that. We know that. We have that in common. Regardless of whether we agree with each other's, care techniques or not, we all have that in common. So let's try to build each other up instead of tear each other down, because it's just getting old and it's not helping anybody. So I don't know. I hope that people will think twice before, trying to make things just super hard for people for, I'm not going to say for no reason, because obviously there was a reason that you felt you had to do that, but just make sure you're doing your research and you really know what you're talking about before you go and try to just absolutely destroy somebody. As someone who suffers from mental illness myself, I, definitely can relate to the situation with Taylor, where it's very, difficult for her to talk about things and, stuff like that, and gaining a lot of animals very rapidly. That is something that I have gone through myself. When I've been in depression or having a hard time, I've accumulated several animals at once in a very short amount of time, and it really is about soothing yourself. And it may sound weird to some people, but that's why we do it. And that doesn't make it right, but you have to understand that it's not coming from a place of malice, and it's not coming from a place of, oh, she doesn't give a shit about any of these animals, she just wants to pile them all on. No, there's reasons behind that. So just keep that in mind, that you don't, even though you watch someone on YouTube, you don't really know them. And you just really need to give people space and the benefit of the doubt, and realize that the person that you're watching on the screen, although genuine, is not the whole story, and it's never going to be the whole story. So it's, that's impossible. So I don't know. I guess I just want people to think before they act. And, like I said, I'm guilty of it too. I said messages, you really need to stop doing this. You're gaining, you have too many, you don't know what you're doing and stuff like that. But when you really stop and you think about it, and you look at all the, evidence or whatever, she's just another person. She's just another person who loves animals. Give her a break. She's not trying to kill anything. And even if she does have, issues with her care, you're never going to get through to anybody by being nasty. That's not going to help anyone. So just stop with all these videos, condemning Taylor as this horrible person, or any of these other, pet tubers, as they call them. Just stop. It's not helping anybody. All right, well, thank you for listening, and I don't know, I hope that this changed some minds, and maybe people will think twice before they, bully others and put their opinions out there. Although valid, you should definitely think before you speak.